Bernice lay there for a moment, her chest heaving like a bellows that had been kicked over. She looked at Tyler, who was currently trying to figure out how to wipe the mixture of cat hair, her own juices, and floor wax off his face. "Okay," she wheezed, her voice sounding like gravel in a blender. That was appetizing, but I'm not done yet. I'm not 84 years old and a former whore without a bottomless pit of appetite." She pushed herself up, her knees shaking like jelly on a plate. You think that was wild? That was just a warm-up. That was the kiddie pool. I'm talking about the deep end. I'm talking about the plunge pool. I'm talking about the garden hose. Tyler blinked. "The garden hose, ma'am." "The garden hose," she confirmed, pointing a shaky finger at the silver coil coiled up on the back porch. "Don't look at me like that, boy. You think I'm done? I want to feel that water blasting through my bones like a jet ski in a tornado." She stood up, swaying slightly. "Come on, we're going to the hydrant." They stumbled out the back door, the late afternoon sun beating down on them. Bernice marched straight for the fire hydrant at the corner of her property. It was rusted, chipped, and looked like it hadn't seen action since the Eisenhower administration, but to Bernice it was a gold mine. "Open it up," she commanded Tyler, who fumbled with the wrench she handed him. With a wrench, a grunt, and a final crack, the hydrant flew open. A violent stream of water shot into the air, arching high over the neighbor's prize-winning petunias. "Perfect!" Bernice screamed over the sound of the rushing water. She grabbed a garden hose from her fence, connected it to the hydrant, and dragged Tyler toward the center of the lawn. "Get down on your knees," she ordered, shoving him to the ground. She stood over him, her dress still torn and hanging off her shoulders, her ancient boobs bouncing with every movement. She aimed the nozzle of the hose directly at her crotch. "Close your eyes and open your mouth," she giggled, turning the dial to high pressure. "This might sting a little, or it might make you pass out." She pulled the trigger. The jet of water hit her like a sledgehammer. It wasn't a gentle shower. It was a torrential downpour of pressurized liquid. Bernice threw her head back and screamed, a sound that sounded like a hyena choking on a chicken. "Oh, shit! Oh, fucking shit!" she screamed, her body convulsing. The water hit her clitoris with enough force to make her levitate an inch off the ground. Her skin turned a vibrant shade of pink, and her wrinkles seemed to vanish. "Is that good, ma'am?" Tyler asked, his eyes wide. "Good?" Bernice shrieked, her voice cracking. It's a religious experience. It's like a lightning bolt from Zeus, I feel. I feel 16 again. I feel like I'm being born again." She spun around, the hose whipping around like a snake. She sprayed the water all over herself, drenching her hair, her face, her chest. She looked like a drowned rat from the 70s, but a very happy, very raunchy rat. "Come here, you handsome devil," she yelled, grabbing Tyler by the collar of his shirt. She shoved the hose nozzle directly at his crotch. "You want a taste? You want a drink of the Bernice special?" Drink it. She pulled the trigger again. The water blasted Tyler right in the nuts. He yelped, doubling over, but then he started to laugh. More, Bernice roared. Give me more. I want to feel the power. I want to feel the pressure. I want to be a force of nature. She danced around him, spraying water everywhere. She soaked her neighbor Millie, who was peeking through her curtains, and she soaked the mailman, who was walking up the driveway. She soaked the lawn, the porch, and herself. I'm the queen of the water, she screamed, her voice echoing off the houses. I'm the queen of the hydrant. I'm the queen of the goddamn West Side. I'm gonna water this whole town until it's nothing but a swamp. She grabbed the hose, wrapped it around her waist like a belt, and looked Tyler in the eye. Her face was dripping wet, her makeup running down her cheeks like war paint. You think you've seen a show? She laughed, a wet gurgling sound. You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm gonna take this hose and I'm gonna put it right up your ass. Tyler's eyes bugged out. You're kidding, right, ma'am? Never kid about a hose and an ass, Bernice said, a wicked gleam in her eye. Now get on your hands and knees. I'm gonna give you a treatment you won't find on Pornhub. She pointed the nozzle at him, a smirk playing on her lips. Say goodbye to your prostate, kid. Say goodbye to your dignity. Say goodbye to your balls. Are you sure? Tyler squeaked. Are you sure you're not gonna puke? Bernice countered. Tyler didn't answer. He just got on his hands and knees waiting for the flood.